I want to thank everybody for joining us on our Electi business presentation. I think it's worth seeing it many times just because if you get this down and could repeat the story, I can remember, I grew up in the 60s, Hamler was around. I remember Bob Chris saying that they would show the plan that anything that breathed. And, we've kind of lost that kind of focus and commitment to just show the opportunity fearlessly, because this is a heck of an opportunity. I hope as you go through this, you can see why I'm so excited, why so many of the people keep coming back night after night, even though we cover many of the same things, because they pick up stuff. I had one person do it, 2 weeks straight, just watched it, took notes, and then was able to do it on her own, which is our goal, is to help everybody get to a point. Now, if you don't like doing presentations, that's great. We'll do it for you. We'll do 3-way calls. I used to do meetings where I'd say, how many people like to sell? And about 5 hands would go up. And I said, there's always a few weirdos around. But the point is that some of us just like to do 3-way calls. So if you don't like it, we'll do it for you. We're here to help you do a couple things: change your health and make money. That is what network marketing is all about. I think it's one of the most ingenious business systems ever developed. So let's start at the beginning. Every story has a beginning. What's the beginning of Electi? It's these two gentlemen, Marius Bruning and Jürgen Provemüller, who are German and Swiss, who worked for network marketing companies, 3 of them, for about the last 15 years. And during those 3 different companies, they saw the good and they saw some things that weren't so good. And they were themselves distributors. And as you might imagine, when you work for someone, I don't care what it is, even me as a teacher, I would look at the principal and say, gosh, if I was in the principal spot, I would do this and this. It's just natural when you're on the ground seeing what's happening and you can see some mistakes they made, you think you can do a better job. That's exactly what happened here. To the right age, early 50s, a lot of experience. So what was it? Why did they start Electi? Well, they started it so that you and I could make money and they could fulfill a dream, because they both had quite a lot of money. So there's different motivations for starting a company. Having talked with Jürgen, you can just tell that he wanted to take all of his experience and do something he thought would be kind of a masterpiece. And his thought of starting a networking company was a little bit different. First of all, he was aware of this product because in Switzerland, he was also on a biotech board and knew about the product that you're about to see. This product was developed by a company called Swiss Pharmacan in Switzerland. And he saw and said, this product is a perfect MLM product. But he didn't want to just come out with a product line. He wanted to add travel and education. I'm not going to go into great detail on that, except to say it's a brilliant move. The other thing is he came out with a type of comp plan that is out in the industry, but not very much, that I think gives you the most amount of money for the fewest number of people I've ever seen. He also didn't like BV shave, so he wanted to have dollar for dollar BV. He wanted to go international very quickly, and he wanted to not just sell health and beauty products, but really education. What kinds of education? Personal development, forex and crypto trading. He wanted people to be able to develop their own money. He wanted people to, if we're going to come out with a diet product, which we are, to understand that losing weight is not just a matter of taking one product. When have you ever seen one product solve everything? Losing weight is a multifaceted issue that has to do with a psychology, has to do with a support system. We're just going to do it different than anybody else. And that's what I love about what he put together. It's a very comprehensive new type of networking company. I think it's the networking of the future. Now, I always tell people, really only one decision away from what could be a totally different life. If you've been in networking and seen some of the incomes that can be generated that many of us aspire to, they are definitely life-changing. I know that I started in 1992. I won't mention the company, but it begins with Mel and ends with K. And it was a learning experience for me. By 1996, I went full-time. I quit in 2000 for 1 year, went back to teaching, and I said, I can't take another 20 years of teaching because someone is going to go. Either the kids are going to go, or I'm going to go. So I ended up going back into networking, been full-time ever since. And I've been up with my children through college, and I've had put them in private schools, using in Christian private schools. So I've had a great life in network marketing. But for others, maybe they didn't quite reach the dreams that they wanted. Well, I think that Electi is, if you've been in networking and you wanted to reach those levels of a cash flow that you could really do help your dreams come true. I'm not promising you that that's going to happen, but I can tell you that Alan and I both feel it's probably the best opportunity I've seen in quite a while, maybe 10, 15 years. So what makes it so exciting? This product right here. This one is D3 Defense, but basically our number one product is Peak Immunity. The number one product in Europe is actually their Beyond Beauty, which is helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, makes you look young, feel young, and be young. I'm going to play a little bit of that today. And then we focus on the major areas that people are looking for. Energy. As you go through these, I want you to think about how many people, including yourself, are looking for more energy, immunity, just what you've gone through, youthfulness, weight loss, mental clarity, beauty, pain relief, and well-being. Those are just some of the topics that we cover that are addressed in our product line. And then you add the most lucrative comp plan that I've seen in the industry. That is a 1-2 punch, like you can't believe. So I do a quick overview. What are the 7 success factors that I think separate Electi from any other program? First of all, we're a Swiss nutraceutical company, joint venturing with a Swiss MLM company. Why is that important? Because even though we're a new company, we actually are based on the history of almost 20 years of research and development that led to our unique, exclusive, proprietary, patented process by which we don't have to make pills, we make drops. All of our supplementation is liquid. It's easy to take. It dissolves in water. It's something nobody else has. It is incredible. Number 3 is I think we have almost a perfect MLM products. And by perfect MLM product in today's world, I think number 1, it's got to be exclusive. You want a product that people cannot go online on eBay, Amazon, or someplace else and find your product. It really ruins the whole approach when you talk to somebody saying you only can get it from us. Number 2, it really helps that you have a new technology. We have a new technology, a new delivery system, what they call a category creator. Whenever you have a company that's a category creator, you have a chance to really build big because nobody else has it. Some of our products works in minutes and lasts for hours. This is so critical. People have a very short attention span. They want a product to work. And then you want high impact areas. We just talked about there are 3 or 4 other things that are important for a great product. I'll get into just a minute, but that's kind of the highlights. Number 4, we're not just an MLM company, another product company. We actually are a true lifestyle. And that's why we're addressing not just taking products, but personal development. How to get up at 4 in the morning, how to set goals, how to reach goals, how to handle your money. I'm an educator for many years, and I can tell you I'm a lifelong educator. So to have a company that has an academy, and when you see this academy, you're going to be amazed. In fact, part of the academy is, let's say, Alan, you're an expert you've developed your life over playing golf, and you want to do a golf lesson, or you know how to make candles, you know how to do pottery, or you have a subject matter like history. You could actually develop that course. You have to create 10 lessons of a half hour each. You send it into the company. We approve it. You agree to do 4 Zooms, and we put your course online. Think of it like We Got Talent or America's Got Voice, the Voice, where you go out and you look for people that can sing well. Imagine that among all the distributors we have. If you have a talent that you can develop into a course, we'll put it online, and then it's for sale for $100, 100 euros. You get 10. So if you happen to have 10,000 people who want to watch your course, that'd be $100,000. So it's just a brilliant idea to take kind of people that couldn't get on YouTube. And you could say, George, well, I can go to YouTube and find out how to get up at 4 a.m, how to trade crypto, how to do Forex, or how to do precious metals, and which ones to buy. Yeah, you can, but can you actually talk to somebody? Can you go back and forth? Can you write them an email? Can you call them on the phone? No, isn't happening. That's what network marketing provides. So that's a huge difference in our company than any other company out there. We have revolutionary lucrative compensation plan, powerful marketing tools, and timing. I've talked to more people who are looking for a home than I've ever seen in networking. And they want a home that they think is going to last a lifetime, their lifetime, has a product that's exclusive that they can build with, and we're international. So that's kind of an overview. Now let's go in and just finish up about the couple other aspects of the products you should be aware of. First of all, they're reasonably priced. Our products range from 39 to 65 euros. It's also sampleable. If you think about an ideal product, because rather than sit there and explain everything to somebody, they really just want to try it. So ours is very easily sampleable, and it works usually the first 2-3 days. That is so critical when you're trying to build an organization. If you can sample to get customers and sample to get distributors, which we call influencers, just key. So let's dive into this product line called Everyday Drops. And I think the colors are nice. It's sharp looking. The box here has all 5. It's about 250 euros for 5 products. And it's dollar for dollar BV. So we want to start with the technology behind it. So here it is right here in an encapsulation. So the issue with a lot of supplements is what we call bioavailability. That is, it's not how much you take in, whether it's in pill, capsule, or drink. It's how much actually gets into the cell, because the cell is where everything happens. And so we have a system by which we can, it's a mechanical system with certain technology in the equipment, where we take fat-soluble products or ingredients like CoQ10, like vitamin E, like frankincense, which is an essential oil, and we can make them almost 100% water-soluble. And even with the water-soluble substances like vitamin C, we make it 264 times more potent than in its free form, even though it's water-soluble. So we help both any type of nutrients. And to kind of show you how that works is this. We take the nutrient and we're actually able, think about this, to surround it with water molecules. Now, why is that important? Because we're 70% water, and when something's water soluble, it can't go through the skin. Our skin is a barrier against water. That's where it drops off. But when you ingest it, it can go through our mucosal line of the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the intestine. It goes right into the bloodstream. In fact, with our first product called Peak Immunity, many people feel it in the first minute or two. It's amazing to take a substance and say, oh my gosh, I'm actually feeling it. A natural substance like this, because it rarely happens. And it doesn't give you any jitteriness. I'm talking about a really good feeling with this product. So here it is in a demonstration. Our pure cells technology is on the right, frankincense is on the left. So water's a fat-soluble substance, doesn't dissolve in water, we all know. Ours is completely dissolvable. Look what happens with just a little bit of stirring. This is almost shocking to people. It's how quickly it dissolves. It is so integrated with water that if you would evaporate this, you would never see any residue, because each molecule is surrounded by water. So when it evaporates, it goes up with the water. That's nothing like that I've ever seen before. So if there's one slide you should remember, it's this, that our first substance deals with curcumin. Now you can get curcumin, which is the active part of turmeric. You might have it in your kitchen right now, or buy it, or get it in a capsule form. However, it's almost 0% absorbed into the cell. So what makes our substance different is we can take this, extract out just the curcumin, and we put it into drops, where you only take 8 to 10 drops, and you feel it right away because you're getting the pure active ingredient. This is the same with CoQ10 and with vitamin E. So we're taking this. We wanted to create the most efficient products possible a revolutionary method of creating nutraceuticals in a water-soluble form has been proven results. So here are just a list of some of the products. On the pharmaceutical, nutraceutical side, we have almost 150 products, and each one is like singular. So we've dealt with fulvic acid, glutathione, NNM, spermidine, and this is taken right off the website. I mentioned these because we're starting with 5, but we have a lot of products yet to go. So we're going to bring out the best of the best, and we tend to put some of them together. So instead of doing what they did on the nutraceutical side, they tend to do one bottle for one ingredient, one bottle, one ingredient, one bottle, one ingredient. We said that's not going to work. So we need to combine these together so it's more affordable. We have to take some money, and that's what we're working on right now. You can't wait until you see what else we come out with this year. So what are we going to be known for? The new technology. So when I was growing up, I used to take Wonder Days. I remember my mom's Citrum and all that stuff when I was growing up. I didn't really like it. And then it got to what I got in my 20s, and I said, man, I need to get into health. I was taking handfuls of pills. I was choking on it. Sometimes I almost throw up. I just don't like that. And, you wondered how effective they really were. I want to ask everybody here, how many of you have pills, capsules, and powders sitting in your cupboards right now? I know I do, because mine look like this. Lots of them. Now, why does it look like that? Because I'm not taking a lot of it, because they get sent a lot. But I find I take a product, and if I don't feel it's really working, I just begin to forget about it. You won't forget about these products. So what does the new technology look like? Yes. So what is technology? It's faster, it's easier, it's smaller, more convenient, more beneficial, and less expensive. So that's what we're able to do here with this particular line of products. So here they are, all 5 of them. And we're going to start with the first one. And we always have to do a quick disclaimer. The statements and testimonials you read or hear about here have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA. These Electi products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. However, we believe in the inherent power of natural healing capabilities of the human body, mind, and spirit when provided a high bioavailable form of nature's natural herbs, essential oils, polyphenols, peptides, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients created by God. So let's start with this one, Peak Immunity. It has 3 particular substances, vitamin C, curcumin, and frankincense. And let's go right to the testimonial. So I know we have Diane here. Diane, Robin, I know you're on a phone. If you could just speak up, that would be great. And just give us a little testimonial of what happened when you first got these products. So we have Kathy on here too. I haven't seen Kathy a little bit. We'll get to you next, Kathy. Hey, Kathy, if you don't mind unmuting, that would be great. We haven't heard from you in a little bit. I'd love to see. How are you?
I'm good. I went out of town.
That's allowed to do.
I was gone for a while. But yeah, no, I just love the drops. My husband loves the drops. My husband just keeps getting better all the time. So he's becoming Superman in my house, and I can't even believe all that he's doing. He's even getting in better shape. I mean, just every single thing. So it's been the best product I've ever known about. So I'm really eager for everything to go boom and get going. So anyway.
Sure. Tell us about the drop. Tell us about, you put the 4 drops with the woman that you went out. That's so cool. Tell us what happened.
The very first night, we put 4 drops in our mouths, and my husband and me. And at that point, we were not feeling so great because we had the aftermath that came 2 weeks after that stupid little respiratory bug that was going around and hitting everybody hard, where we had run high fever and done all that. Then we got well, then we started going backwards again with symptoms, respiratory symptoms. So anyway, the cool thing is, like, we did the 4 drops, and we thought that 8 drops was a full dose, for the day. That's why we did only 4 drops. So the next morning I woke up, and remarkably, I had slept through the night. The reason that's a big deal is because I wasn't getting any sleep, because the congestion, it was a different kind of congestion. I don't even know how to explain it. Nothing that I normally do was working. And so it was causing me to snore very badly, which I don't even normally do. So I was snoring so badly that I was keeping my husband up and also keeping myself from being able to sleep, because every time I would fall asleep, I would immediately wake myself up snoring. So anyway, it was kind of, I don't really like the word scary, but it was kind of bothering me, and the fact that I didn't know what to do to turn it around. And I was really praying for a chance to try these drops, because I was thinking I'd heard Danette's story about how it helped her so much with the respiratory. And so I was just really eager to see if this would be my miracle, my little thing to turn me around. So it did. I woke up the next morning. I was remarkably better. I couldn't believe it. I turned to my husband, and he literally sat up in bed, which is very, very different for him when he first wakes up. He does not do that. He does not sit straight up and talk to me. And so he did. He sat straight up and he looked over at me and he said, "I'm not congested." And he's been congested his whole life since I've known him at 11 years old. So that was really weird. And I couldn't believe it, but he couldn't believe it either. So 4 days go by. By the fourth day, he really was like, okay, I seriously am not congested. And then the really fun part, George, though, is over time. And of course, like Alan, I'm a researcher. I like to read about all the ingredients. I look up everything a million times, over, to learn every little possible thing I can about everything. And curcumin just happens to be known for supporting the liver to detox. And I'm just going to say that I really believe that over time, we are even seeing other subtle things changing about our bodies from being on it, a few weeks. And I don't think that's in our heads at all. I think it's very real. And so anyway, I'm in love with Electi drops, everyday drops. I can't wait to do all of them.
Yeah, we're going to have them soon. Well, thank you so much. I want to play this one. For those who hadn't seen this, and in my 30 years of networking, I've never heard a testimonial like this.
Hey guys, my name is David Kennedy from the United States. I'd like to thank you guys for sending this sample to Glenn. Glenn had sent it to me. I've been using the product since yesterday. I used it once in the morning, 8 drops, and at night I used 8 more drops, and this morning I used 8 drops. But my skin, I can even feel that it's gotten smoother and clearer, or even more even tone overnight. And again, I've only used it for 1 day. But that's not really the most important thing or the most exciting thing for me. Well, I was walking this morning and I felt something sting me in my boot. It happened to be a scorpion. So I called up the poison control. They said, really, for an adult, really, it's not deadly. You might feel some pain, some blurred vision. It will probably last anywhere from 3 days to 8 days minimum. I went to my meeting. I was in my meeting for 2.5 hours. I kept falling asleep, kept fidgeting because I couldn't get comfortable. My leg was swelling up. My foot was swelling up more. My toe was throbbing constantly. I would get aches and pains throughout my body. I was lethargic. My head was hurting. I was getting blurred vision, and it was just getting worse. I figured I would go home, sleep it off. So I got in my car, started driving home, and then I thought to myself, wait a second, why don't I try something? And I took a little bottle like this, and I put 20 drops of your miracle potion in it, and I put 20 drops in it and drank it, and within seconds, I could feel the inflammation, the tightness in my jeans start to go away. I mean, my leg felt like an elephant leg. It was skin to jeans tight. It was like super, super tight. And my boot was super tight too. And all the inflammation went away within 10 minutes.
I want Alan to go on next for a second. Alan, in 30 years, I've never heard a testimony like that where somebody gets bit by a scorpion and the inflammation goes down in 10 minutes. He goes from lethargic to active, from all the headaches and all the things going on. Have you ever heard anything like that before?
No, I haven't. Being in the industry for 37 years, it's all about the product. And we have the best product on the planet right now. And like George says, and Kathy says, I Google all ingredients before I put it in my body. I'm really been in the health and wellness and fitness my whole life. And your body is a temple, and I'm not going to put garbage in here. And everything is natural in these products. And when George told me about it, I just says, oh my God, I says, I've heard about this technology. I've known about it for a couple of years. And I said, they're going to do a direct sales company. I said, sign me up. You know, I didn't care what product they had. I knew what the technology was about. And I said, I got to get this. So immediately when I tried the product, when they sent me a sample, I could feel the difference within minutes. I only take one new product at a time so I can tell which product's working in my body because I'm in tune with it. But I felt a lot of mental clarity, a lot of sense of well-being in a place because I really didn't have any illnesses. I don't have no aches or pains or anything, but I could feel it working in my body immediately. But several people I've given drops to that have come over to my house, and it's just amazing. I mean, when they leave 2 hours later, they say, I feel better within 2 hours. Where have you been ever to take a product and people get immediate results within minutes or within hours? This is really unheard of, and I'm so excited to try all the products. And I want to thank my friend Glenn. I got some more product today because I was running out, and you know, I'm really excited. George, back to you, buddy.
Well, we got to bring our good friend Glenn, because without Glenn, we wouldn't be all here. So Glenn, why don't you just do your testimonial of what this product has done for you and some of the people you've seen. Of course, we all seen what happened to David. Tell us about the product, Glenn.
For me, you know, I got that magic call at 3 a.m. from a really big. Everybody, I'm sure all of you have these. You know, in your head, your top like 3 leaders that you know. So I got a call from one of the biggest ones I know in Europe. 3 a.m. he's calling me, and you know, he's telling me this story about these drops, and I'm listening to him, and I mean, to be honest with you, I thought this guy lost his mind. And anyway, he goes, the CEO is going to be up in LA next week. Go up and meet him, and you know, he'll give you some of these drops, these magic drops. So anyway, I called George, and I'm like, hey, well, we talked to Jurgen on the CEO on a Zoom. It went really, really well. I liked him. We hit it off good. We met him. As soon as we met him, you know, it was very warm, had a really good time with Jurgen. Yeah, we got the drops. I got a set of the 5. And then we got they didn't have many. So it was like we got the last of what they had. So we had a couple of bottles of Peak and 1 5 set. And George was nice enough to let me offer to split the 5 set with him. He goes, no, Glenn, go ahead. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I didn't want to argue with him, right? So I got on all 5 drops. I have all 5 in here right now in my green tea. And I love these drops. I'll tell you guys this before I tell you my testimony. I've been taking a handful of like these first tablets and these you know, different, you know, everybody I'm sure, if you take nutrition, I've been, you know, I grew up with my mom taking, she had about 50 different bottles of whatever she had. And a little kid, I see her taking all these tablets. I turned out just like my mom. I have all these different tablets and pills for everything, right? But I'm getting almost out of those things. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not buying anymore. I'm done with pills, tablets, these big things you got to choke on swallowing. I'm going all drop. So, yeah, for me, it's just I sleep much better. I get really amazing dreams like when I was a kid. It's like turning back the time clock. You know, it's like going back. It's like, you know, these drops are like the fountain of youth to me because you have more energy, you have better focus. It's like a mind enhancement as well. So you just like get in the zone. For me, that's what it does for me. I get up earlier. I don't need as much sleep. And I love these drops, man. I'll be on them for the rest of my life. Now, the one thing that that really seals the deal for me, because I'm a business guy, is the price points. The price points, these things aren't $100, $200 a bottle. So, I mean, the price points are like very inexpensive. And with this compensation plan, you get 3, you're free. There's no reason why every single person on here, if you're brand new, You can go get 3 people and get them on tomorrow's Zoom call. So there's no reason not to get on the drops. Back to you, George. We're having fun over here.
Yeah, we are. I want to close with Donette. I like live. I could place a dozen testimonies, but Donette's really interesting because she really had an issue with her cough.
Hi, George. Hi, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, I did have a very severe cough. I had RSV, as Kathy was saying.
What's RSV? What is RSV?
Respiratory infection. And so the cough was severe that I thought my ribs were actually going to bust. And it's like 100-pound weight on your chest. So it's very difficult to breathe. I ended up going to an urgent care. They prescribed me 4 prescriptions, and I'm not a prescription taker, but needless to say, they didn't work. Took the drops. I instantly felt something, I don't know what, but something. Went to bed. When I woke up in the morning, that 100-pound weight was off my chest, and it was like 5 weeks with it. So it was such a relief, and I mean a relief. And I just couldn't cough. I was trying to force myself to cough, and the cough was gone. So it's truly amazing. I love the product, and I'll share it with everyone.
You know, that's a thing. Beautiful testimonial, guys, and just give us a little testimonial of what happened when you first got these products. I could listen to these testimonies forever because I have never in my 30 plus years of networking heard testimonials quite like this. Because when you hear somebody say, I'm never going to get off from, I want to tell everybody I know, that's how we make money. In today's world, you have to have a product that works, period. Compensation plan is not going to make any difference unless people buy the product, stay on the product, and want to tell others. And that's what we do. And as Glenn said, look at these price points, 43. This is actually the biggest selling product in Europe for beauty. It's called spermidine, and it does something called autophagy. They are swearing by this. In fact, Glenn says in about 3 weeks he was on it, that people were noticing at the gym. When you have a product, people just flat out notice it. And by the way, our diet drops are coming out here in the next couple months. So for those who want the weight loss, that's coming too. We're hitting all the big areas. The wonder product, the weight loss, and the beauty. Those are the 3 biggest industries, and we got them at a price point, dollar for dollar. So let's get into the comp plan real quick. So first of all, anybody can sign up for free. They buy at what we call the retail price. If you go up here, you'll see that each one of these products has a wholesale, this is 49 euros, and a retail. So if you go join for free, you have to buy the retail. Now, they'll say, well, George, I want to buy it wholesale just like you. That's fine. So that's why you see that 49 here. Now, the red ones are for you and I distributors. And the difference has to be, as you go up in price, there's no fast start. So I'm not enticed to try to get you to get a bigger. If you come in with the $24.90, I don't make any more money than if you come in at $99. I love that because people are going to buy it because they want it themselves. Why would you want a bigger package? Primarily because you get more points, which means you can get more samples. You can when you hear testimonies like this and you qualify people on the phone and you send them a bottle, your chances of them joining are really high. Now, I'm not going to guarantee everyone's going to join, but if you get testimonials like that, chances are they're going to join. So when you get the $4.99, you get 500 points, which means that you could get 9 of that P community, or you could get 10 of the beauty product. You would get 18 here, and you get 45 here. So as you go up, and believe it or not, you also are included in these price points, 3-month active, 6 months, or 12 months. This is particularly big in Europe and in Asia, where they like to prepay for the year, so they never get hit on the credit card. You say, George, well, I'd like to get it for free anyways. How can you do that? It works like this. When Glenn said it's free and it's free, if you sponsor 3 distributors or influencers like yourself that buy the required 99 euros per month, you're going to make 100 euros, which means that you make enough with just 3 people. Now, these are not 3 customers. These are 3 distributors. That means you're making 33% on level 1. I was in a program, I won't mention, which was 7%, 7 levels. So you would make $7, $7, $7. Here you make 33, 33, 34, for a total of 100. That's incredible. Now, If that continues, we have what we call a trinary or 3 legs. You only have 3 legs you can go. It is a monthly program. Yes, you can sponsor 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, as many as you want, but you must place them in one of your first 3 legs. Now, if the 3 get 3, that's 9, get 3, get 80, 81. Even though it's not a matrix, this is one way to look at it. That's 3, that's 12, that's 49, 81. So you're looking at 130. You're making 1,200 euros per month. Now, remember, this is at the 99. What happens if people buy that 499 or up? Same number of people, you suddenly make 7,000. You see, the difference is, obviously, as people buy more product, it's not done on the number of people, it's done on the volume. Look at that volume. With only 130 to 150 people, you could make $7,000, 7,000 euros per month. An incredible income. With the easiest way to look at the comp plan, they did it horizontal here. There is that bronze, the 300. Remember, it's dollar for dollar BV, so 100, 100, 100, you make 100. You do 1,200 in volume, make 400. That's still 33%, and they give you a $100 bonus. So let's look at it in I kind of redid this. David Dubbs did this for me in a form so I could really see it. So here's the 3, and you make 100. The reason that's important is because in network marketing, you have about 90 days to keep people in before they begin to quit. There's 2 reasons that they stop. Number 1, the product is not working the way they wanted it to, or number 2, they're not making money. If you can have just 3 people and you're breaking even and you like the product, who's going to quit? Nobody. Very few. That's why this, if you ask me what's the most important part of all these numbers, it's the product. It's the product that people buy. It's the product that keeps people in. And then the second thing is the money. The amount of money in these lower levels, because when you can help people break even and they're in profit with just 12 people, they are very excited. So again, on that 7% 7 levels, on 1,200, that's $84. We make 400. It's almost 5 times more money for the same. And by the way, that 100 points in the other company usually turns out to be $120, $130, $150 because of what we call a BV shave. You may not know what that is. That simply means you pay more to get what the compensation plan pays in points. Ours is dollar for dollar. So here's 30 people, 700, 75 people, 1,250. Here's 200 people, 3,000. Now this is 200 people at 99. If they buy the $4.99, the $9.99, or the $24.95, as they go up, it's much fewer people. Now I highlighted Ruby and One Star because people always ask me, George, what would it take to get a 6-figure income? And here, that's about 500 people. And how quickly could you get to 500? If you get 10 instead of 3, and they get 10, and they get 10, and half of them bought, you'd be at 7,000. If all of them bought, you'd be at 15,000. I'd like to talk to any networker out there who would tell me that their first check with no fast start was $7,000 or $15,000. Almost never happens. I've never happened to me. It's an incredible thing. And if people stay, then you're going to keep going up. So this is called a volume rank-based compensation plan where you have 3 legs. They accumulate through infinity. This could be 20, 30, 40 levels deep, not just 7 levels. And it accumulates all the volume with what we call the 40% rule. You can go all the way up to $350,000 a month. And on top of this, they have a matching bonus. For those who like matching bonuses, which I do, especially on this kind of comp plan, you can make 1 to 12% matching bonus. So if somebody's making $7,000 that you sponsored, 12% is $840 addition. So if you sponsor 20 people, imagine what that could be. I love a comp plan that has this kind of infinity with a matching bonus, but I've rarely seen this amount. So Alan, why don't you kind of take us close here, what you see here, just tell people 87 years doing networking.
87, boy, I just came back again. So what's really unique here is it's very simple because I write compensation plans for the industry. And usually I have to read the rules and regs to figure out how do you get paid? What hoops do I have to jump through? How much is the BV, PV? I mean, here it's really simple. I can just tell somebody to look at this chart, look at the numbers you have to do, and this is what you make. Just go down. If I want to make $700 a month, I need to do $3,000 worth of volume in my group. And the nice thing is, it's not levels like George said. It's to infinity. And I've told people, everybody says, oh, we have an infinity bonus or that. There isn't a comp plan that has an infinity bonus out there. The only one that pays to infinity is ours, because the volume could be 1,000 levels deep to qualify at any one of these positions. So all you have to do is look at the chart, figure out what you want to make, and in addition, all these bonuses, one-time bonuses on the side, you get that when you rank up. So if you're going to hit Ruby this month, you're going to get 7,000 that month, but it's your first month, you get an extra $5,000 bonus. And then you can get these extra bonuses as you move through the comp plan. That's what's really neat. But to get started, all you really need to do is get a package, and they're not even going to charge your charge card. So if you were to get a package here between now and the end of the week, they're going to send out the product to you, because the first 1,000 people that sign up here, if you buy, if all you can do is $100, pay the 59 and the 99 euro, we're going to send you one free product. I got my free product this week from the company. Now I came in at the $4.99 because I want more product to sample. The more product you get, the faster your organization is going to grow. So I got 2 products. If you do $9.99, we're going to give you 3 products free. So by the end of this week, they calculate it out and they ship it to you next week before they even hit your credit card. Just because you're one of the first 1,000, they're giving everybody some free product up front. If you do the $24.99, you get a black box. I had a friend of mine in the organization call me, and he says, Alan, I came in at $4.99. Can I upgrade to the $24.99? He says, I could qualify all 12 months. I don't have to buy any product, and I'll have a lot of samples. I said, you know what? I'm going to check for you. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to be able to get the answer if he can even upgrade. So with that, get back to the person that invited you here on the call tonight. And I thank George every day for making the phone call to me to invite me on a call like this and introduce me to the program.